adoration, confession, thanksgiving, and supplication. Those are the four things that are involved in prayer. We give adoration to our Father, thanking Him, blessing Him. Barku et Adonai. Blessed are you, Yahweh. Confessing that we are human and that we make mistakes and that we do transgress His Torah and we do violate His instructions that He has given us. Thanksgiving for all the wonderful many blessings He's given to us. So many blessings that we cannot even imagine. We could never begin to count the many blessings. And supplication, pouring our hearts out to Him, crying and pleading with Him our cause. A fifth thing that we can learn from our passage is that we need to stay calm and confident and give Yahweh time to work. He will work in His own timing. Sometimes we are reminded of the joke, Father, give me patience and give it to me now. You know, that's so many times that's the way we are in our walk. We live in an instant society. Instant potatoes, instant pudding, instant this, instant that, instant tea. You know, everything is now. We need it now. We can't wait. You know, I can remember when I first got on the internet years ago. It would take me 45 minutes to download a little file. Now that same file, I hit the download button and it says downloaded. You know, everything has to be faster. But yet we need to realize that Yahweh works in His own time. And as long as we stand still and see the majesty of Yahweh, we will never be discouraged. He will always come through in His own time. A sixth thing that we can learn is that when we are unsure, we just need to take the next logical step by faith. Now, faith is not something that is blind, but faith is something that is based on prior evidence. We can read the scriptures and we can see the history behind them. How that every detail in history has been true as it's presented in the scriptures. We have that faith that what He said He will do. We have that faith that when He tells us to step out into the ocean, we don't know how, but we're going to be kept safe. The seventh thing is that we need to envision Yahweh's enveloping presence around us. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego were found guilty by the king of not following his edict, and they were condemned to be thrown into the fiery furnace. And yet they, as they were thrown in, about to be thrown in, they decided to say, you can go ahead and throw us in there, and if we die, that's fine, but He will keep us safe. His presence was with them in the furnace. You know, Yahweh sent an angel to protect them while they were in the furnace. His presence was all around them. We need also to remember that Yahweh will deliver us in His own unique way. Yahweh took the children of Israel the long way around so that they could learn how to fight. They didn't have the skills to fight, and He knew that they would be discouraged if they they came against the Philistines right off the bat in their journey into the Promised Land. In this instance, when they were at the Red Sea, he could have miraculously gave them the power to fight against the Egyptian soldiers, numerous as they were, but he decided that he was going to open up the Red Sea and let them cross over so that they could see his power and his majesty. He delivered them in a unique way. We are delivered many times today in a very unique way. You know, we don't understand sometimes how the deliverance comes to us, but it always does. Another point that we can learn from this is that we need to view our current crisis as a faith builder for the future. Many times we go through hard times, and it's often said that it can either make us or break us. The decision is ours. We can decide that we are going to be strengthened in our adversity, or we're going to let it get us down and destroy us. The oak tree blowing in the wind is strengthened by that wind blowing against it constantly. The crisis that we are going through at the moment might be something that when we get through it, we'll learn how to help other people through that very same thing. There was a time in my life when my family and I were going through a very difficult time. A lot of things were occurring that were tearing at us and buffeting us. And people jokingly called me Job. But I leaned on my friends, I leaned on family, I leaned on the Father especially to get me through that time, and he strengthened me through it. And now I've had opportunities when people have gone through those same situations to help them. Recently, I've gone through a situation where we learned some things, Audrey and I learned some things about the Torah and what the Torah says, and we shared them with some family members in this area that also follow after the Torah. And as a result, we were labeled as being false teachers. And so I had to examine some things, and I had to look, and I had to dig into the Hebrew and find out, was I really being truthful to it? And I did find it in the Hebrew. I'll explain that in one of the future lessons, how that came about. But it strengthened us. It gave me the strength to know that His Word is always true and always faithful. And finally, let us never forget to praise Yahweh. We didn't read the 15th chapter of Exodus there, and it was because it's a rather long chapter, but that whole chapter is a story of Moshe and Miriam praising Yahweh for their deliverance. As they looked down on the seashore and saw these dead Egyptians, they praised the Father for bringing them safely across. So, let us take this story of the Red Sea crossing and let it strengthen us, and let it build us up. Just to recap, we need to realize that Yahweh means for us to be exactly where we're at as long as we're striving to follow Him in honesty. We need to be more concerned for Yahweh's glory than for our own relief. We need to acknowledge our enemies, but keep our eyes on Yahweh. We need to pray. We need to stay calm and confident and give Yahweh time to work. When we're unsure, let us take the next logical step by faith. Let us envision Yahweh's enveloping presence in our lives. Let us trust Yahweh to deliver us in His own unique way. We should view our current crisis as a faith builder for the future. And let us never forget to praise Yahweh. I'd like to thank you for your time and listening to this video, this lesson that I've presented. And I pray that it would be an encouragement to you in your walk with the Father. And I pray that you would be lifted up. I pray that your faith would be strengthened and that you would be closer to the Father today than you were yesterday and closer tomorrow than you are today. May we always walk with the Father by our side, guiding us through His Word and through His Spirit that speaks to us through His Word. Until next time, Shalom Aleichem. Peace be unto you. Praise Yahweh.